Good morning once again, my dear students, and welcome to episode 3 of our lecture 1. We are still on the definition and concepts, multidisciplinary approach to health research. Before this session ends, I would like my students to achieve the following objectives. And objectives are: 1. Distinguish between multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches to health research. 2. Discuss the purpose or the purposes of multidisciplinary research. And then the third objective is to analyze how the multidisciplinary approach can be used to solve some medical health conditions. So let's look at the word multidisciplinary. This word contains two syllables, that is multi and discipline. When we talk of multi, it simply means several. If you want words to replace the word multi, we can use several or many. And then when we talk of discipline in academia, discipline means area of study. So when we combine these two words, that is multidisciplinary, we are simply trying to say several disciplines. Okay, so what is multidisciplinary approach to health research? So we are saying when experts from diverse fields work together on a common subject or theme within the boundaries of their own discipline, they are said to adopt a multidisciplinary approach. And I hope you bear with me that almost all the medical conditions are complex, and therefore one group or one discipline cannot adequately solve those health conditions. And therefore, it behoves on us to establish a multidisciplinary approach where several fields of experts will come together to solve those particular health challenges. And therefore, when experts from diverse fields work together on a common subject or theme within the boundaries of their own discipline, they are said to adopt a multidisciplinary approach. So the issue is, when you are going multidisciplinary, it doesn't mean you are leaving behind your own skills. It means you are heading in new scientific directions using your own specialties. When researchers adopt a multidisciplinary approach, they restrict themselves to the boundaries of their own disciplines. So let's take note. When individuals are adopting multidisciplinary approach, what happens is each of the team members work within or they restrict themselves to the boundaries of their own disciplines. What I mean is, if we are doing a research, and this research is made up of midwives, general nurses, and community health nurses, what happens is each of the team members work within the boundaries of their own disciplines. People don't move beyond their boundaries to go into any other boundary. So this makes the research multidisciplinary. They restrict themselves to the boundaries of their own discipline. But you bear with me that if they stick to these boundaries, they may reach a point where the project cannot progress any further to achieve the intended results. Or as they continue to work, they will get to a time where the team members will have that kind of mutual understanding and then mutual respect, and they would like to go beyond disciplinary boundaries. The moment they start to go beyond disciplinary boundaries, then it means the multidisciplinary approach has metamorphosized into interdisciplinary approach. Therefore, what is interdisciplinary research? We are saying an interdisciplinary team is a transdisciplinary team whose members have developed sufficient trust and mutual confidence to go beyond disciplinary boundaries and adopt a more holistic approach. Or interdisciplinary research is a mode of research by teams that integrate information, data, concepts, and or theories from diverse disciplines of specialized knowledge to advance understanding or to solve problems. So let's look at examples or practical examples of multidisciplinary teams. For example, a research in biomedical engineering is purely multidisciplinary. Why? Because it covers fields such as biology, medicine, pharmacy, and engineering. And therefore, a research in biomedical engineering may actually need experts from biology, medicine, pharmacy, and the engineering. Therefore, we need a biologist, a medical doctor, a pharmacist, and then an engineer to actually collaborate and conduct a research in biomedical engineering. Or when you look at this global pandemic, that is COVID-19, if we actually want to solve this problem once and for all, then we need to adopt a multidisciplinary approach. And I hope and I know for sure that type of approach has been adopted to combat the COVID-19. So if you want to do a research on COVID-19, you want to get a good result, then we need a multidisciplinary team made up of virologists who will study the nature of the virus. We may need epidemiologists who will study about how the disease emerged and how the disease is spreading. We may need medical doctors and nurses who actually bring out the clinical manifestations of the disease and how patients actually feel when they contract the virus. And we may need medical laboratory technologies who also diagnose individuals with that type of infection. So now, what is the purpose of multidisciplinary research? One, when you bring a team of people of varied expertise together to solve a problem, quite often a more efficient solution is obtained. So whenever you want to obtain an efficient solution, it behooves on you to actually adopt the multidisciplinary approach. Two, whenever you form a multidisciplinary team, it becomes possible for the team members to think beyond the routine knowledge, meaning to think outside the box. And you know, the ability to think outside the box may be essential to solving the problem in question. And lastly, as I've already said, medical problems are so complex, or medical conditions are so complex, and that each solution requires expertise across a range of disciplines. So this is a pictorial diagram of multidisciplinary approach. I'm just using this picture to depict or explain the concept of multidisciplinary research. So we have in the center a problem to be solved. And if you want to achieve a multidisciplinary solution, then we need individuals or experts from several fields or disciplines. So when you look at the shape and the color of each of the shapes in the box, they are different. So this shape is depicting a discipline. This is also depicting different discipline. So what we want to say is when individuals from different disciplines or experts come together to solve a problem through research, we are adopting a multidisciplinary approach, and therefore we can get a multidisciplinary solution. Now, an alternative to multidisciplinary research is what we call the unidisciplinary or interdisciplinary research. Here, look at the problem to be solved, and we want to get a unidisciplinary solution. This means that we need experts. All the experts should come from the same field. All the experts should come from the same field. So maybe if you have a problem like COVID-19 and maybe you want to solve and you want to use the unidisciplinary approach, that means you may need, if you have a doctor, you may need a doctor here, a doctor here. So you may need all the experts that will come together must be doctors. When you do that, that one is called unidisciplinary or intradisciplinary research. But when the experts are from different fields or different disciplines, that one it is termed multidisciplinary research. So, for example, if you want to use a case study to explain the concept better, then let's use the venous leg ulcer as an example. This is a medical condition, and it is treatment involves compression bandaging. But after 3 to 4 months of bandaging, only 60% of the ulcers are healed. It means that you cannot get 100% of the ulcers to be healed, and therefore this is a major health challenge. So the issue is, if you want to solve this problem, then we need to adopt a multidisciplinary approach. And which type of expert do we need to help? So we need somebody from vascular anatomy. We may need an expert from vascular physiology. We may need an expert from radiology. We may need an expert from engineering, and then an expert from biochemistry. And also we need a wound care expertise or nursing. So clearly, the problem being addressed is actually multidisciplinary by nature. So now, if you want to engage in the development of multidisciplinary research, what are some of the suggestions? One, we are saying a multidisciplinary team should begin with small members with a small to medium project that has a reasonably good chance of success. As the team develops confidence, the team number and project can increase to ensure successful outcome. Also, before you embark on multidisciplinary projects, the team members must prepare a memorandum of understanding (MOU), which might contain the following: A. A rationale defining the work to be undertaken. B. A summary of the work. C. The members of the team and their expected contributions. D. An approximate time scale for the work. E. Procedure for dissemination of work outcome. F. An agreement on the publication of the work. And then the last one, an agreement on any possible commercialization of the work. So these are the references. If you want to read and get more ideas on this concept, these are the references that you can actually focus and read on. These are some sample questions that you can try your hands on. Thank you so much. And then you stay tuned for episode 1 of our lecture 2. Bye.